Hey, it's a Ric Flair, sort of, I guess, at the end of that song. Rosamond in the house. Thank you for joining me here on our new time, Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, whatever that means in the Americas, because we're always changing our hours like I was bitching about last week. Anyway, big shout out to Caleb Gannon on YouTube. I know he doesn't need any more help. He's crazy popular, and he should be, because he's coming up with brews about every 2 or 3 weeks that are just really awesome, and it's really shaking things up in a great way creatively. People are, get kind of stultified in their little, got to do this, got to do that. And they're not always home runs, but there's always something there, and they can always win. Sound familiar? I know I'm guilty of that too, just having a lot of fun with brewing and stuff. So it's just nice to have another partner in crime with that. That being said, I'm going to be playing this today, his Slivers build. The only thing I changed so far is in the sideboard. I just wanted to go a little bit more... I forget what his original... I think I changed 3 things out. I went with a Spore Frog and a Quick Sliver. I lost 1 Spinneret, and I believe... And then I put in the Hunter Slivers. I do like the Essence Warden tech, and this just against other maybe Sliver matchups. I don't know. Give you that 1 extra swing and such. But anyway, this is the list. If I'll go over it real quick. We got 19 lands. 3 of them are Ash Barrens. We have 6 mountains, and the rest are forests. And then we've got the Striking Sliver, probably, I'd say the weakest card in the deck. I mean, the ability is nice, but the Virulent Sliver, obviously, you can really up the infect/poison damage. These 2 guys are MVPs. It's so nice to have artifact damage and with so many prismatic strands. That's why normally you'd probably think one of these is not, or I mean, the worst card in the deck. The more I play this, the more I feel like I really like these in the majority of matchups. These, they're okay sometimes. And it's just like a Predator ripoff. I don't know about that. I like the old school looking Slivers. Anyway, enough of my art crusade. We got 3 Lead the Stampede out of order in the casting cost here, just for the sake of sharing screen real estate. Yeah, he's definitely got some fun brews. Sorry, I read that way late. Winding Way to fill up our hand. 1 Spinneret main, the Predatory Sliver, the Muscle Sliver, the Gemhide Sliver, Heart Sliver, which is probably, I think maybe we could cut 1 and 1 of these depending, but this is like the coolest thing. I mean, like Modern Horizons needed any more meat, right? I remember when this list was shared, not this list, but when Modern Horizons was shared, I was like, ooh, that looks like a neat little end of term, but nobody plays red in Slivers, so I guess we'll just put that on the bookshelf. But Caleb has picked it up and made something pretty cool with it. I've run into it. I know it's really popular because I've run into it like 6 or 7 times in the last week, and I'm just like, what is this? And so Pauperpedia, if you don't know them on Facebook, go check them out. Very, very cool. Keep you up to date on all the good stuff. They shared his list, and I was like, oh, wow, check this out. So, and I'm not quite sure about the validity of Quick Sliver, but I just love having that option against, maybe we go up against some boring teachings deck, and they're just sitting there trying to counter everything and such. So, anyway, we're going to be playing this. Then we're going to be, I've got a revision of Blue Robot, and then we'll see how it goes from there. But for right now, we'll show you guys how this works for the most part. Hopefully we do. We got the right thing queued up, and we will go from here. Get rid of this here bouncy screen. Yeah, so she's in the house. All right. Going up against my music studio for this first matchup. Let's see if wouldn't be surprised if it's a mirror matchup. I've been seeing this Slivers list a lot. Our mana looks good. We got 2 Lords and Poison. All right, we'll keep this. Honestly, let's see. Let's lead out with... actually, I'm going to lead out with Muscle Sliver in case they've got any removal, rather than pointed at that. Disruptions in the house. In all caps, too. Thank you, my friend. Good to see all of you. Yeah, our new date and time. Hopefully it's working for y'all. My oldest is home for the weekend, so I'm into playing some pretty quick decks just so we got more... There we go. Hey, my plan worked already. Look at that. More visiting time and such, but I'm trying to get you guys some new lists. I've got some pretty cool new tweaks to... what am I trying to say here? The... Blue Robot list, yeah. So, to drop a Lord or not. If he's got an Edict, I'd rather have the Lords saved. I'm going to do this, and then I'll pitch this for red, and our mana's going to be just right, and hopefully we don't get flooded. I did watch the majority of the games Caleb had on his channel, but one I saw, I felt really bad for him because it felt like my Twitch outings. I think he had like 7 lands out, drew another one, had another one. I was like, oh boy, been there, especially with only 17 or what is it, 18 basics? I'm not quite sure. All right, we're going to grab this. We'll go like this. Thankfully, we saved our Lord, and we're running into, just like I was saying, it's good we're not in a full price tournament because this would be really frustrating having to run into something like this looks like a buzzsaw of kill everything, and we're playing just a bunch of creatures. So kind of stuck to it here. Let's see if we can... Will this live? He's probably got a what is that called? Not Ghastly Demise. That! Defile! Right on cue. Okay, well, hey, we got one sliver to live. And anybody out there excited for The Mandalorian on Disney? That looks pretty awesome. I've been staying up to date on that a lot. I was always a big Boba Fett fan growing up from the Star Wars, and I know he's not Boba Fett. And nor did it, and I've recently found out Boba Fett was not a Mandalorian either. Just the armor he wore, and that's about it. So, all right, let's do this and this. We're hellbent. Hopefully he's got a Chittering Rats, and it does absolutely nothing. I guess this will tell us if he's got any dispels. Dispels, disfigure. I'm dissing things. Disruption. I read your name earlier, and now it's got me dissing my own words. Yeah. So, yeah, my weight continues to... Oh, that's bad. Fall off. My oldest came home and was like, whoa, you look pretty... a lot thinner, so that felt good. Alrighty, well, I guess we're just going to swing here. Build up our hand again, unfortunately. We don't have really many ways to make that Crypt Rat pay for anything. But yeah, the new Mandalorian on Disney looks pretty sweet. I was editing Jacksepticeye again this week. Just really learning the ropes on this this cool new show called what is it called? Player Select. I work on so many shows there. It's crazy, but it's just all about streamers and stuff. And they were pretty excited when they realized that I did a Twitch show too. It was like, what? It's like, finally somebody knows what Twitch is. I'm like, oh yeah. I don't know what all these other games are, but my youngest is pretty into that. I think I mentioned it last week. Celeste, some sort of oh boy, come on, we do not need any of this. Well, I'd rather lose this than have to draw it again with a Chittering Rats, depending on what we're up against here. But I've been feeling like dusting off my Blackthorn list, kind of a kill-all deck, creatures and such. Even Tron, if you think about it. See, I've always raved about Swirling Sandstorm being good against Tron. If they're ready for it, that's one thing. But boy, you can usually get one of those games off of them. And that's all you really need usually because of the clock when it comes to online play. And think about it, it kills Mnemonic Wall, it kills the, what do you call that, Dignitary, the 1/4, and just about everything but Muldrifter. So it takes out Dinrova Horrors and all that stuff, and nobody really thinks to see it coming. You got to wait for it too, so it's really synergistic in that kind of a style. Obviously, wouldn't run it in Slivers? Who knows, I might be crazy enough to do it. Or dumb enough, depending on who you are. Yeah. But yeah, I have to say, it's very interesting. This is about my 4th real work week. And I thought I would be kind of in this despondent haze of like, oh God, the drudgery. And it's totally the opposite. My weekends mean something again. I can't express what an interesting experiment. Whoa, he's at 6 life. When did we hit this guy? I just looked up. But I can't express what a weird experiment it has been going from like, just looking all the time and just doing some freelance stuff here instead of having a regular 9 to 5. It's like I'm doing stuff at the same time of day and the rest of the world is. It's very therapeutic. So, I know he did it to himself. I was just sitting there gabbing and I'm like, oh my goodness. All right, so here we go. Hey, that's pretty cool. Draw, right? We'll go like this and try to finish them off. Too bad some of these aren't lords. And unfortunately, we can't get them to the point where a Crypt Rat for 1 will help, but we'll see what we can do. But this is a really good example. Caleb Gannons Slivers, plus or minus about 3 cards on the sideboard. And I'm not quite sure if I don't follow him too closely if he changed anything after the show. Oh, that's what we are afraid of. But, people, I talk about it about every month, where you have like a list and you think like, oh, this is established, this is what it is. And 90% of the time they're right. It's the best build, but you can really get stuck in your way of thinking if that goes down. So, hey, we got a nice draw too, though. I'll just keep refilling here. Winding Way is so crazy. If blue didn't exist, it might get people upset. All right, we'll say creature. I'm kind of new to that, so. Well, I'll put out the thing we care about least in case he's got some guess verdict or something like that. I think tonight my family's going out without me for a very good reason of traffic. The one bad thing about my new gig is I'm on the road a lot more, and so the last thing I want to do on the weekend is drive somewhere. And so I'm kind of keep my hermetic weekends to myself. Ouch! All right. Doesn't look like we're going to pull out of this one with a 1-1 against Hellbent hand on our side and a 5 on his. But so tonight I'll be messing around with. I might join one league. I've been pretty out of it lately as far as gotta make sure that has for strike. What's been going on in the metagame and that sort of thing, but we'll see. I wish more things had poisonous. There's a glass asp I've always been trying to make work with, like a green land destruction, because if you don't pay 1 every turn, it hurts you. I always thought that'd be pretty cool too. So Jared Joe. Oh, just lobby play Jared Joe. Where like I said, for the time being, unless somebody's got a tournament entry fee. We had one set for this week, but I never heard back for a UR Miracles deck out of the MTG Bellingham crew. Don't think it was very well positioned because there's so much creature hate, and it only had like 1 creature in it. I think it was only Delver, if I'm not mistaken. But if somebody's willing to put up the thing, then I care less if somebody ghosts me or not. But it's just I gotta every once in a while want to save up my stuff for the challenge if I'm feeling up for it on a Sunday, which is pretty rare because football season and all. But I'll get back to it one of these days, years. But it's kind of cool too because we're not stuck on one deck, so I can. If I'm not feeling the slivers or want to make a change, we just make the change, play it again. I can show 2 or 3 decks a show this way, which is kind of what the show's about, kind of roguing out and doing the weird things. Another reason why I wanted to kind of showcase Caleb's brews, because I know it's no secret out there. I mean, he gets thousands of views just like in a day. So, but whatever we can do to help, it's all good times. If Pauper's the name, baby. Woo! All right. Come on, let's do something good. Hey, that's not too bad. Too bad these don't have haste, because I could actually do something here. Well, you talk about drawing in the completely wrong order, right? We're drawing poison instead of boost when their opponent is at 4 and we've only, infected them for 1. We don't have the haste dude. It's, but, that constant pressure when you have something like, 34 creatures main or something? That's pretty crazy. This is always missed by people, including me. Every once in a while, you'll when you got 2 of these dudes out here, every one of these does 2. So careful of the math there. Liquid Vago. Hey, all right. Cut the stream. Yeah, one of these days, years, whatever, I might try to go directly to YouTube with the stream. I'm not sure. I like the option of being able to control the text and stuff. I like kind of the dark look. It pops out a little bit more. You guys know me. I'm all about aesthetics and making things look nice and purty. My hopes in 10 or 15 years, if somebody digs this up on whatever the version of YouTube is by then, they'll be like, "Wow, that still holds up." That's about the end of my goals. That's the 3rd Danger Mouse. Oh, I haven't heard it called that. Danger Mouse. Hold on. Oh, Danger Mouse. Duh. Okay. This obviously makes sense. Danger Mouse. Get it. All right. I was thinking that looked more like Penfold, if you know the show. Gilligan in the house. All right. Good to see you. Yeah. Only a few coffees here. Oh, come on. They just keep coming back from the brink. It's exactly what Mono Black is supposed to do. Hey, I got good lands to look at, though. Check it. My old stomping grounds and this cool little Equinox Mountain by Teresa Nielsen. Very cool. Well, I wouldn't want to take any bets that this is going to be on the board next turn, but we'll put it out there regardless. I'd rather just pretty linear play when you're playing slivers. The more I learn about burn, the more I'm like, oh, I've got more respect on how to play it, but slivers is pretty straightforward. Turn things sideways, draw lots of cards. Have you tried monoblock land destruction since the Astrolabe bans? Is Liquid Vago? No, I have not. Don't tempt me. I'm always so into that camp. I like cutting off the options of the opponents. All right. Well, there we go. At least this will cost him 2. What could he have? Boy, that is a ton of hurt me draw that they've got. 1, 2. How many mice do they got? Yowza. All right. So we lose to a rat. That was a pretty cool little black tempo build there. Huh. I'm not quite sure. Not much of this is really going to help too much. We've got all the stuff we want, the refill in our hand and such. This is like the coolest little find against Tron and stuff. Not too good here, but I mean, it is a 2/2 naturally, so I do like that. I really like these Hunter Slivers. I mean, I think his list had a Vithian Stinger and like the Fire Slinger and stuff. It's like, man, I'd rather be able to just put this on 3 different colors if you're going to count artifact as a color and be able to force people to do things. I've always liked Shitting of Life Roar effects, and man, every one of your creatures having Provoke, I think that's a pretty badass ability. I think I might want to play Quick Sliver, just so kind of a little end of turn I might be able to throw some stuff out. Haste is good. First Strike kind of sucks. I'll take that out. I think I'm just going to leave it at that. Oh, you know what? Let's bring in the fatties. I'm going to take out the First Strikers. Losing a little bit on tempo, but we're going to get some meat, and hopefully this will be enough. I didn't see any edicts and such, like of the Chain of Persuasion, so I'll just leave the Slivers there. Let's try this. Yeah, all right. I'm really surprised so far. I haven't been studying the metagame all that closely this last week or two, but to hear, at least on podcasts and stuff, that Jeskai is like no longer a thing. I'm like, because of 1 card? I'm like, I don't know. It seems like just a tiny tweak you could make that work, even with the Navigator's Compass or something. All right, we'll mulligan that. All right, from none to all. Let's see, but we've got a few things. We'll try it. Keep. Let's throw. We'll throw this out. Done. Now then, what to do here? I was curious to get my mana right. I'm going to, just because we saw Innocent Blood there, I want to just at least guarantee I'm going to hit for 1. I think I'm going to lead with Heart Sliver as opposed to the Universal Automaton, get our mana right, and then see. Feel pretty good if he's got to use a kill spell on that. Plus we get our mana right, and then it's just draw town. This is a very stream-friendly deck. What I mean by that, not too many decisions. Like I was saying a few minutes ago, you cast your creatures, you turn them sideways, and you run for the hills. Huzzah! You got to feel pretty silly spending a spell on a 1/1, even though it can tag you. Not the greatest art, is it? No offense, Ron Spencer. That's pretty terrible. All right. And what was that? What was the plan? I know there was an article on Wizards years ago, back when, gosh, what was it? Time Spiral or one of those sets came out, and they changed the look of the Slivers to like that Predator look. Not quite sure. Alien versus Predator. I don't know. Maybe it was a top show, right? Yeah. All right. Hey, that's cool. We can go 1, 2, 3. Let's try. I want to keep this dude back so I can just maybe get some multiples. And yeah, I'll lead with this dude. If he's gonna kill stuff, I'd rather it be this garbage right now. Haste is nice, obviously, against the control matchup, but I'm not too. That's like, I think the most expensive sliver in the deck, the Heart Sliver. They're like, I don't know, 30, 40 cents or something. I was like, whoa, there must be some reason why. And I actually think I might try Pioneer for the first time. There's quite a few lists I've got, and little does anybody know, I've actually got quite a modern collection and all this other stuff from Pauper winnings over the years, and I never sell stuff, so I was just looking at the options. I was like, oh, interesting. I'm kind of curious because I haven't looked at what any of the winning decks are doing, and it might feel like a little bit of a time warp going back in time. So I might give that a try tonight or sometime soon. Ooh, I like this a lot. I think I'm gonna come on out with, the only problem here is if he's got Crypt Rats, that's really gonna suck, but it's gonna be worth it for this play. And so I was thinking, if y'all, all like 5 of you, if you're all interested, it might be really cool next week. I was thinking of doing a time warp show because I was thinking of, playing a Stompy list here or there, and I was like, it'd be kind of neat to go over, like, because I have lists from 7 or 8 years ago, and minus some banned cards. I mean, I try not to play those, or if I do, I'll make an exception and note it. It'd be kind of cool to see how it does, just playing around with some of the new options out there. So that sounds kind of cool. Let me know in the chat. That'd be pretty cool. Pioneer, I believe, is just pretty much, thank you for that. Perfect timing, Shiraz. Yeah, what Shiraz wrote. I was about to say said, but that's what I said. Yeah, it's pretty much kind of a rotation, or not it's a non-rotating format, but it's kind of like Modern has done its thing now, is how I've heard it explained, and it's kind of set with its non-rotation and set in its ways sort of thing. And then this is from, I don't know what certain set on down, and so it's kind of like a non-rotating new standard or something. So I've always thought standard was such kind of a rip-off. All right, let's put something we don't care about, see if it lands. It's just you just get the hang of something, you buy your stuff and then it rotates out and you're like, son of a gun. So I think Modern's got the bigger card pool, but I'm completely guessing. Like with Vago, I just like I said, shooting from the hip, don't know. I think we're about to eat a big Tendrils or something mean. Gosh, I hope we draw another poison dude. That'd be pretty cool. He's at 8 right now. Keep in mind it does both damage. If you want to modify this list and such, I would say it might be kind of cool to I'm gonna play one, act like I don't have it, but it might be kind of cool to fit in Vines of the Vastwood in here, just to protect the lords. I guess you could always run Apostle's Blessing too. That would help against rats, but I think the majority of the time the Vines is going to get you there because you can always point it at your opponent too. Cool. It's kind of what I wanted there. That implies he doesn't have Tendrils or Corrupt in his hand. Why would you save 1 life to do that? Not sure. On by the memories. Yeah, there was an old deck that used Icefall and like how was it? The 4/4 flyer with Suspend, the Ephemerate. No, I'm having Ephemerate flashbacks. Some Ephemeron or something like that. Ouch! Come on, man. We're just gonna. This is like their deck should just be called like Sliver Buzzsaw deck. Yeah, Crypt Sliver. This feels more like Sliver Killer. Oh, I'm glad I drew this. News to me. This, remember, if you play this deck or you like Slivers, you probably already know this, but I always thought this was just another lord, but it says Sliver creatures you control. So obviously in the mirrors, you want to lose the Muscle Sliver and probably keep the Predatory Sliver because your guys get the boost. It's one of the few slivers that is kind of a selfish sliver. They should have called it that. All of these guys are predatory. Alrighty. Cool. Well, you know what? I'm actually going to keep it red. Did we take all of our reds out? I'm not sure, but about the only thing we're going to hit here, even if I drew a Virulent Sliver, I don't want to play it right now because of the Buzzsaw removal, and he's at 8 poison, so I'm going to actually use two green here. Let's just fill up our hand, please. That's not bad. What do we get rid of? Lead the Stampede. All right. Not too bad. Winding Way. That is a really good card. I haven't played it very often. It's probably about the 20th time I've cast it total. All right. I'm loving the lore of the new set, though. It's just nice to sit across from a witch's cottage. Doesn't that make you just feel like you know you're about to hear a scary story and you got an old blanket, nice warm blanket in the fireplace? Yeah. That's how it makes me feel. I keep getting all these Bob Ross comments, and I'm not helping matters by those kind of observations. Sorry. I wish I had his hair. I need like to sit further back in the frame to get the Bob Ross afro there, right? There we go. Johnny on the spot with it again. Alrighty. Crypt Rats throwing down some hatred there. Not sure why they brought that, but you can always draw, so. Boy, apologies. I thought these would be nice, fast matchups, and kaplop, here we go. All right, well, I haven't seen any chittering rats, so I think we're just going to try to kind of get a little bit of a Blitzkrieg going here. I mean, I'll throw this out there if he wants to kill his rat or waste a spell on it. Not really waste, but I think what we're looking for here is a haste with a Virulent Sliver. Seems like the majority of his removal is sorcery based. So, where'd you get that, Shiraz? Oh man. One or two fans reached out via Google, our Google account, pauperganda@gmail.com, and told us they'd be interested in kind of hosting us on, what is it? I haven't been on it in so long. It starts with a D. Discord. I was on that in the early days, now barely ever, and but they were saying that there's a cool way to tie everything together so I can post something on like Facebook and it goes to like everything else, and so I can have that veneer of being savvy with the young kids out there and such, but I'm not quite sure if it's worth the trouble. You have a Discord now, nice, Shiraz. Yeah, I was on it super early and then just nothing. I was like, yep, all right. Well, let's see. We don't really need red at all. I'm sitting across from a damn Crypt Rat, though. What do we do against that? There's no removal in this deck. That not Predatory Sliver, but the Stompy Sliver, whatever it is, the 2/2 red, it taps to do Planeswalker or player damage, but not creature. God, that'd be way too good if it was that. I don't know. Yeah, we can't really afford, we just almost have to wait for them to screw up here. I mean, we just attack. Let's just attack. Try to get them down on life. And I guess they could always tendrils their own rats if they have to. Not that we have a way of killing our own stuff, but am I alone? I know I'm always harking on art stuff. Doesn't this artifact color, don't you guys wish this comes back? Then, ever since right after Maraudon, it was just so like, it was like, come on, dude. This is, everything looks like just a shiny white card when it's an artifact now. It's like, dude, this says artifact, dirt, antiquity, old, coolness. Just kind of feel like, yeah, I'm bending the rules here. What are you going to do? What do you want from me? All right, here come the rats, or not. All these cards. Yeah, Disruption, you and I are like minds on that front, that's for sure. I don't think we'll be invaded here. It's a bad form of bait, too. It's like, well, okay, here. Is this where you tendrils us for the big aha moment? You got 7 cards. I haven't seen it yet. Not that big of a mystery. He can crypt rats, yeah. At 1 life, though. Not quite sure what tricks are up his sleeve. I know we don't have any. Ours are all creatures. Here comes the tendrils. Ah, boy. All right. Let's do this. Keep him from attacking, at least. Yeah, we're not going to be winning this one, guys. He's got a fistful of cards. We might be able to deck him. That'd be pretty funny. Sliver control. Never turn your creatures sideways. Watch the cards drip into the graveyard. Tonight at 11. I think our only out, realistically, at this stage of the game, with only 20 cards left in his list, is poison damage. Or that. That's pretty fun, right? Next brew, Sliver Prison. Yeah. Oh, Yeah, I mean, there's just so much here. Let's bring this out so we can at least do 1 damage. How cool would it be if they didn't have to tap, right? And the haste slivers are pretty nice, but I almost think you could almost make a mono green slivers list if you just used like a Metamorphosis and like a Abundant Growth or something for your red spells, because you only want to see this Bladeback Sliver really late. And the haste one, first strike, that's nice. I don't know, might be you might be able to protect stuff with vines and such. That's what I'm tempted to do with it. Corrupts and Crypt Rats. Love Lady Altars. Hey, what's the plan to win? I think it's just attrition and black beats in the form of Corrupt to the face. Yeah. Alrighty. This is... Oh, okay. Well, let's... Oh, we have to be hellbent for that to work. Never mind. Let's read. Just click through there. Yeah, this is good. This is just boring attrition games here. There's no way we're pulling out of that one. Let's go off to something else, and hopefully we don't run into the same. We'll try this one more go. Show you guys, hopefully, with a win. Get it going. That's about the absolute perfect scenarios for how to beat Slivers. Kill everything, draw cards, corrupt, reset. Not a bad plan, but boy, horrible if you're playing Slivers. So, Bearded Wonder 2/2 or 2/1/1. Hey man, at least our screen's being nice to us, not jumping around. If I'm not mistaken, Love Lady Altars, you used to have a different name. Is that you or is that somebody else? All right, Sliver into Muscle probably is the play here. I'll keep this. We've got lots of colorful options here. Up against Bearded Wonder 2/2/1. Let's see how we do. And away we go. So far, so good. It's not black or red. Slivers likes seeing that. We'll drop the poison. Maybe we'll get to play our one of Gorilla Shaman in the side. Winding Way might be able to go find that. Okay. Looks like an affinity list. What do we got here? All right, cool. These Muscle Slivers sometimes can feel like, what's the word? Standard bearers. Drop that. Let me throw them out. Debating on the Gemhide, but get our damage while we can. Yeah, I think Gemhide play there because if he does kill the Lord, then we could have Winding Way and then drop the Lord. But my original Twitch name only gets live show every now and then. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for that. Yeah, I think Arch Naomi, that was the one. Yeah, she was she changed her name to something else, and so I always like when I saw the word, you know, the moniker Lady, my brain immediately was like, who was that? And I just got stuck in that frame of mind. So, but good to have you, and thank you. Hopefully, this new Saturday time slot is one of the many benefits we get to hang out with Love Lady Altars. So, yeah, gotta make sure I'm reading that right. You all know I got a touch of dyslexia. I almost said antlers. All right. Let's do a little setup turn here. We'll play this. We'll do this and then, yeah, we'll do this. Get two Lords out. Feeling a little bit better. Next turn we've got some nice options. Coming on over. Can't be too shy with this list from the little bit I've played it or seen it played. Just got to kind of crash in and take your losses sometimes, like when a Tog or a Mer shows up or both. You're not going to really win by waiting around. Did we just get lucky? I run Vines and that white rebound protection. Can't remember the name of my Slivers list. That's a good call. Yeah, you got to protect those Lords. For sure. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. Afraid of the poison, are you? Haven't seen anything avant-garde yet. I've always liked that artwork on Prophetic Prism. It's the wonder of the light spectrum. Come on now. What do we got? Got an old Pictionary thing coming up. I'm going to take a quick break thanks to our friends at, gosh, forget what that, Look Around You, the very funny show, I think in the UK. Am I right on that, Shiraz? I'm not sure. But they've got we've got a Ghana skit that we're going to show up. Well, let's, we've got enough slivers to do stuff. Let me draw here and see what's going on. We're going to say creature. Come on, give us some lords. Give us some lords. Lordy. Look at this. Well, maybe we just go Hellbent here. I don't think many people run Clark Kent Shaman main, so even if they did, might be able to do a swipe their board out of all of this. Let's drop the haste here. 1, 2, 1, 2. We'll go like that. That way we can really kind of empty our hand. And we'll say red, red. Play this dude. Boop. Yeah, it's funny. I keep wanting to share with you guys a lot of my favorite comedy troupe out there is the Upright Citizens Brigade, and they've got so many gems, and yet a lot of their stuff's like right protected. And right now I can't do that, can I? Shoot. All right. I'll just sit back and zing them at the end of turn here. But what was I going to say? Oh, it was just this like long forgotten show on Comedy Central. I wish I could have played that. Darn it. Hellbent's not going to help now, is it? But anyway, but they have the most hardcore right protection. Done all my little video tricks, changed music, flop shots, and set it, and all these things to try to share with you. They're cool comedy skits, but it's a no-go. They're on our Facebook page if you scroll to the videos there. They don't do a thing, and sometimes I wish I was just on Twitch because then I could play anything. Twitch doesn't care about that. People play music, whatever. It's kind of the Wild West. I just wish there was a better way to archive stuff on Twitch because then I would just completely ignore YouTube and simplify things. But okay, do we have him on he kills and blocks 4 of them. Let's say he's got that. Yeah, not quite sure if that's really worth it. We know they've got Galvanic Blast. Yeah, we'll probably, I think we'll be all right. We'll take 4 here. All right, down to 16. What's he got? Dog gonna show up? Nope. Okay. Well, we'll play some cannon fodder, and we'll just go Hellbent and play it safe. If you're new to this kind of style, this is where it's at. Bladeback Sliver. 1 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's got to kill us this next turn, and we got him. Now, if we attack with everything, that would be, how much poison do we got? Just the 1, right? Yeah. And he might be able to zap it. So let's say he kills that in response, and then we attack. It takes out our best stuff. I only hit for 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We're gonna sit back. We can alpha swing next turn, and it'll make a lot more sense if he's got answers for the Lord. Answers for the Lord. Gotta start some proselytizing show. Start throwing the book at the camera. Oh, Lordy. Here comes the hellfire. Trying to do my best preacher snake oil salesman read, right? I wish I could just loop these, say 1 damage. Bing! Video Kupka. Hey, love your videos on YouTube, especially those awesome intros. Ah, thank you, sir. Or ma'am. Can't quite tell. All right, we'll take this too. Boink. Sweetly. Here we go. There'll be more of those coming. Like I said, I've been incredibly busy, thankfully. A lot of upheaval, new job and such, so I haven't been able to do too much custom stuff lately, but it will be returning shortly, especially with the holidays and such coming. All right, here we go. 1. If you've ever been curious if slivers could time out, this might be the deck that can do it. Let's make this shorter. Yeah, yeah. 1. And 1. Come on, right click, accept all, that sort of thing. 1. 1. I wouldn't have any problem with Tron or kind of those I'd probably still have a bit of a problem with flicker locks, but if more cards like this were printed for each color where they gave you that option to have that ability to just, you know, you don't have to always turn your guys sideways in the traditional way. We just win here. We could win on upkeep, I guess. Might as well just do this, right? We don't even have to, I'll just hit him for 6. What could they have here? Isn't there a green spell that... There we go. Okay. A little redundancy, but we'll get there. That was MBC before. This is Affinity now. Obviously, we're definitely going to bring in the Shaman. Oh, the Spore Frog might be nice. What don't we want? First Strike's going to be really good in this matchup. Haste. I think I'm going to lose one of each. I can take out the Spinnerets. I mean, they are very meaty against an affinity list, but unless they're dropping the drones, I'm not too worried about that. Hunter Sliver is going to be pretty badass if I can force things to block. This might really come in handy. I'm going to bring in 1 Spore Frog. Bladeback, I like it at 2. That's pretty cool. Let's bring this in just for the hell of it. Hunter Sliver. Way we can force them to block, provoke. All of our creatures will have it. Pretty good times. And we've got the antique store demolisher here. Let's go. Woo! Go back to the Mythic Championship, but I had to leave. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's another bad thing about being on Saturdays. It's like it's convenient, but then run up against just crazy competition and motherships. But like I care, we're just here to put on a good show. Sometimes I wonder if our numbers would be better if I didn't post stuff to YouTube, right? We'll keep this as a good, honest little sliver hand here. Got the old school artifacts. I'm sure glad MTGO didn't update their artistic frame on. I was talking about that earlier. I mean, look at this. It's just a silver white. I mean, it's not bad looking, but when you have white mana, it's just, I don't know. There's no contrast. Okay. This is just all about dropping slivers and automations, and then we'll just drop some lords and wham! Hopefully went out of the blue. We want another forest, probably the most optimal draw next. We'll just drop out all of our dudes, and then probably another forest or a mountain. That might be a really quick win if we get that. An Ancient Den shows up. Unexpected. They got air power in this thing? Ariok Sun Chasers, maybe? I know a little while ago there was a really aggro Boros list that ran the Homunculus and the Ardent Recruits and stuff. Definitely looked like my style. Okay. This is fine. We'll play this. 2, 4, 6. Universal Automaton. Coming or going? Guess that's the point. Within minutes, the strange device was indistinguishable from the other upon my workbench. Very cool quote. With full creature sideboard, says Liquid Vago, it's surprising not to see 4 of each Winding Way and Lead the Stampede main deck. You know, I that was my first impression too, but I think Winding Way is spot on at 3. Only want to see it when I need a refill. Winding Ways, that 1 mana less makes such a difference. Crazy. I might disagree with you there, Liquid. I think if I was going to play this tournament, I might actually cut one of those and one of the or 2 of the red creatures and try to make everything from quick slivers to the provoke dude main. It's so provoke is such a great mechanic. That's why I really like heroic or like White Nickel from the online player Nickel's build. It's just there's now not so much anymore because it's just so much like kill that, kill that, kill that. Everything's kill that. That's why I make that Azorius list with everything's protected from kill that as long as it's red, which is 90% of the time. But yeah, when excessive removal isn't around, that'd be kind of interesting, right? I'm not saying this, just to put it out there. Brain experiment, whatever you want to call it, but it'd be interesting if they ban stuff like just efficient removal or burn or stuff like that, where keep it for black. If somebody's on black, they get their disfigures and all that stuff, but stuff like maybe lightning bolt's gone, you have to have flame slash or firebolt, and so people have a little bit more of a option. That'd be pretty interesting. Hod's in the house. All right, Deathblade Elite, that's the one. Galarium, thank you. What's up? Hey, we're getting a pretty good turnout compared to I guess what were you saying that there was Love Lady was it Love Lady? A Mythic Championships on. That's right. No, that was Pedro Capuca. That's right. Okay. Maybe they can sense the Lord's about to drop. Take this name in vain. Whoa! Here we go. Provided drum track. Well, okay. I guess we'll play this. Well, we know this is going to just eat it, so what do you think about Gemhide? It was awesome in the haste guide, empty your hand, but it feels like without any real instance. Yeah, that's although Gemhide sometimes, there's this second, I bet just the way the Magic universe works, right? You're gonna cut one and then just be stuck on like 2 mana the whole game, and it would totally mean the difference. By itself, yeah, but when you consider that if just wait a turn, everything turns into a Bird of Paradise, that's a pretty awesome ability, and for the most part, it's going to be a 3/3 or higher in most games. Well, we haven't seen a Galvanic Blast yet. This implies a Carapace Forger's on its way. Got 1 green floating. The star's in the board. And if anybody out there is feeling charitable, artistically charitable, I accidentally traded my old school Urza's Destiny Rancors for some promo version. Before I knew it, I was like, oh no, I only have 2 or 3 of those. So if anybody has the old school Rancors, 'cause I'm old, so I like to represent old, let me know. I'd like to get those back. We're going to take this and like it. Hopefully we just draw another Lord and we can, well, even then, this is pretty even trade if we go that route, but it'll be change things for that. So that kind of stuff doesn't matter to you. You feel like trading. I just like 99% of the time, I like the original artwork or the oldest stuff just to have that around. All right, so this is pretty cool because this is a big old fatty. We'll drop the Lord. Then we should have a pretty impenetrable Sliver. All right. Well, problem here is outside of multiple blocks, we're just going to have to track. Oh, digital HODs. Digital. Yeah, I'm... Boy, these Blade Blacks. To your point, though, Disruption, of anything, I might want to play more Blade Backs. By themselves, it's kind of the reason outside of flying defense that the Reach dude's in there. But, man, they get that... those natural 2/2s for 2 and then you get Sliver effects. It's like it's pretty awesome. I would think like on paper I was like, oh yeah, that's going to be good against control, but it's like it's proven to be good against just about everything. Well, this is a whole lot of damage. They are hellbent. 16 coming our way. I can take 12. Let's do that. We'll block here and here. We'll take 12. We'll be at 1. We might be able to do something about it. Let's start zinging things while we can. Man, this would be so broken if these could hit creatures, wouldn't it? Question to chat. Do you think if this could target creatures that this could be a tier 1 deck? I think there's a lot of ways to get these. Might as well do this all now. I'm sure somebody awesome like Kung Fu Trees, Methonical, whoever, take this list and maybe make the next iteration great on it or something. But so we'll be at 1. I've only got the M15 uncommon ones. Boo! You can keep those. So if I swing here, let's say he's hellbent. He blocks 2. That's 3, 6, 9, 12. We'd get in 4. Not enough. We'll keep the mystery of the forest alive. I think, yeah, I'm pretty sure it'd be broken too. Curious if we did, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. God, I've got to just pretty much block with everything. This is crazy. And then the House of Cards scenario is going to happen, right? They're going to, things you think would live after damage happens if the lords are dead. They start dropping like flies. Come on, Manic Star. I've seen worse. Bring back Skull Clamp. Or downgrade it. That's what I should have said. I'm really curious. I haven't even looked if Mystic Snake's been reprinted in such a way that it's available in Pioneer. Because, ouch! For 1. Oh, the humanity. All right, so we're drawn even now. 1-1 against Affinity. That's pretty cool. Pretty fair matchup. Both trying to do similar things. Life's a thing. Not quite sure if we drew this, if I would have wanted to see it with so many 4/4s. So I think I'm going to take that out. I think I'm going to just bring in one of these, not for its ability, but just because it's going to more naturally trade as a 4/4. And maybe the Spinnerets too. What do we got here? Haste. It's not going to be that good against this matchup. First strike is, I take out the haste dudes, go a little bit slower, get a little bit more meat on our bones. No flyers, but I'd rather just have a big old body there. So, Goblin Sharpshooter, that's good times. Man, imagine putting some vampiric link on that or something. Huzzah! Bing, 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 bing. Oh, careful what you wish for, because we got it. 1, 2. We got a nice quick start here. It's hard to say no to this. We're definitely be nice if this wasn't here and it was a Lord. But I feel pretty bad saying no to this hand. But we got to draw something other than lands. We still got Winding Ways of things, so let's do it. If you follow on Facebook too, I got a new RG Tempo list, version 900.7c, except on Tuesdays. But I went completely different routing there. With all the removal and stuff, I just lean on Golgari Brown Scale and being able to bring my graveyard back over and over again with all those burn spells in the Battlefield Scrounger. Pretty cool little list. You got to be really patient to play it, though. It's like slow burn with all the benefits of pretty much everything burn can kind of lose to. It doesn't, but it just takes forever to get there. There's some games you can burn people out, but yeah, Gutter Snipe's the favorite of my son there, and he's every time we go to the comic shop, I think he's got like 5 or 6 of them now. I'm like, only 4 fit in a deck. He's like, I want more. And I showed him Thermal Alchemist a couple months back, and he started drooling, so I think I got a red mage on my hands. Okay. Man, we're about an hour in here, and fighting for our lives. Not that it matters all that much. My voice is getting a little parched. I got some black tea here, so if you hear any pouring in the background, it is not islands entering the equation. It is just my boring tea. Speaking of boring, Bearded Wonder better hurry it up, or we're just going to roll the commercial and we'll be back with another round, because this is only so much dead air I can fill here. Hiya. What's cool, since we've got time, my new work area, I've got both Avid and Premiere Pro and pretty much every program you can think of, but there were these buttons on the side of the desk. Holler if I said this last week. I can't quite remember, but I was like, what do these do? And I pressed them, and I got kind of a little ill because my depth of field and my vision pulled one of these. And it was like, what's going on? And then I realized the entire studio was on hydraulic pumps and all these cool you know, multiple tiered desks, and so I could push of like 2 buttons. I can make my entire workspace like a standing desk, sitting deep, close. It's nuts. It's so cool. So it makes a big difference during the day. You know, you just like after lunch don't feel like kind of sitting down and being lazy. You just stand up for an hour or two and then sit back down when your legs are tired. And yeah, very interesting. Can imagine what those things cost. That's probably like the cost of a small sports car. Just nuts. Ooh, that tea is good. Perfect saturation. All right, Bearded One, I better speed it up or I'm going to run away and be a disappearing wonder. Cool. I'm just going to drop this dude. If he eats a blast, that's cool. We're just looking for the big beef here. I'll attack, probably drop Lead the Stampede next. Love, love, love artifact 1/1s. Just feels right. Little trinkets, throwing them out on the battlefield. Good times. Speaking of trinkets, we're going to be playing a trinket mage build next. Going to have a new take on Blue Robot. I'm not saying it's tournament worthy. I just there's a lot of new little cards that enter the equation, and I just kind of did one of these, sprinkled them in there, what felt good, and we'll see. Take some notes, and maybe there's something there. Okay. Well, we find the haste dude, which I think we took out. Note to self. Let's attack first. We'll at least get some options here. Next turn, man is all right. Problem is they're probably going to start dropping 4/4s next turn. Get in our damage while we can. Let's do this. Woohoo! Wow. Lordy. That's all you can say to that hand. Any order. Wow. Dropping the Lord. How's the meta after the bans? Hodds, I'm not probably the best person to ask. I did play in the challenge, and I was, I think when I was right out of the tourney thing, had to go youngest played. Last few rounds didn't go so great, but hey, it was good times. But I haven't, I lost to, I think all 3 of my losses were to Flicker, Tron. And I mean, I can show you guys the list. I have, I think I have access in games 2 and 3 to 4 relics, and for what are they called? Shoot, what's it called? Macabre. How could I forget that card? Sorry. Just never enough. If you don't draw it, you don't got it. Flicker, blink, yawn. Go wash your car, go grocery shopping, come back, and everything's back in your hand, or, you know, other things. All right. That being said, I'm going to roll a commercial, get some more coffee, be back right after this, folks. Woohoo!
Now, Scott, the sport you've created isn't a completely new one, is it?
Well, not exactly, Peely, no. You see, I wanted to combine key aspects of my 2 favorite sports into a new hybrid or combo sport, which I believe has the potential to become the most exciting spectator sport at the Olympics.
So what are the 2 sports that you've combined?
Tennis and golf.
Well, I'm dying to try it out. Now, am I dressed for the occasion?
I hope so. Let's see. You've got the shoes and the socks, yes, the pants, the hat. All you need is this, and you're all set. Let's play Gannons.
Gannons is a perfect mixture of golf and tennis. The rules are very simple. Get the ball over the net, onto the green and into your opponent's hole, whilst avoiding the bunkers and the water hazard. The game was overseen by the world's only professional Gannons umpire, Bunny Knowles, who also happens to be Scott's boyfriend. Go easy on me, Scott.
Not a chance.
With its classy blend of elegance and style, Gannons has become the game of choice for the jet set, with such high-profile players as Manhattan Dave and the Shah of Israel. And Scott even had an order for 40,000 Gannons sets from none other than Tony Curtis.
Quiet, please! Birdie love.
Oh, I think I'm getting the hang of this.
We'll see about that.
Out! Quiet, please! Eagle 15.
Come on, Scott, come on.
Management buddy.
Go on, Peely!
Right, please.
Go on, Peely!
Tensions ran high both on and off the court.
Man, did you not hear me say quiet then? It's off-putting to the players. It's to the opponent who you're not rooting for. It's just for him and for me, and it's and if you continue, I'm gonna remove you from the court. Do you understand? Thank you. Miss Marty, you are 4 under par.
Finally, it was time for me to put my putting skills to the test.
Go on, Peely!
All set and match. Peely Marty.
I'd done it. Against all odds, I'd beaten the American at his own game.
That was fantastic!
Beginner's luck.
Miss Marty, congratulations. Played a good game. Quiet, please.
The luxury of Brindleburgers will stay with you for life. Dripping slabs of succulent swine. Never sacrifice a flavor. Wait, what? Get Brindley!
And we're back. So this is the little thing I was going to splash together today and show you all here. Blue Robot got quite a few little upgrades from the latest tricks out there, mainly being Mantle of the Tides. Playing 2 of these, they are an artifact after all, and also splashing in for 1 Smoke Shroud. Our board has some ninjas, especially after board. I'm just going to go right into it, and if you want the list, it'll be available. Let's do this. Hello. Let's minimize this. Okay. Come on now. There we go. Blue Robot. Submit. Join. See what we get against here. Woo! Little fights in the house. All right. Here we go. Let's do it. So enough of the slivers. That went 1-1. And I think everybody's really ready for slivers here. Okay. We got a Ginger Brute. Double Bonesplitter trinket, some bounce. We'll keep this. Woo! Stop me before I call it Blue Cookie. Oh, what is this? Speaking of Caleb Gannons, this feels a lot like something he'd brew up. Let's hide our hand a little bit here and attack with a cookie. We'll keep our color intentions a secret. Thank you for that, Shiraz. Hooky cookie. What on earth are we up against here? Some sort of treachery. Right on cue, ninja shows. Let's go. Here comes the ninja. We bring this back. Come on back, Cookie. It's like a bad Welcome Back Cotter song. Come back, Cookie. All right, yeah. Want to draw? Did we play that? We did. All right, let's go. Woo! Got the snap. Got the trinket mage. Maybe go get a Ornithopter. I already got the Bonesplitters. Don't have to worry about a relic in this matchup, I don't think. I'm sitting here acting like I know. You know, darn it, Island's got some pretty damn good artwork on that too. All right. I'm just going to yield through this turn, guys, because it looks like they're going to be doing something for a while. I don't really have any access to days anymore, nor does anybody else. So let's see what they're doing. Gurmag shows up. Kind of a desperate play to stop the card advantage engine of Ninja. Too bad though, we've got Snap in hand. Let's do this. We'll Snap-a-doo. Untap this and this. I'm just gonna play this. Oh, when's the match? Well, geez. All right. Let's create a game. Try this again. Little rage quit there. Sorry about that. Probably one of the only drawbacks of not playing real tournaments. Of course, we did get those every once in a while too, with people raging there. So, combo. Oh, it's kind of cool since. Oh, never mind. Here comes the next, hopefully, victim. Maybe destroyer, who knows? We shall see. My youngest is still undefeated in his Smash League competitions. Their high school has a big old get-together. Now he's rubbing salt in the wounds by playing some of the worst characters technically and still beating people with them. So, liking that. All right. Well, yeah, we'll keep this. We are on the draw. Mana's right. We'll keep. I don't want to get too selfish here. Oh no, this wasn't that first deck we played against, was it? The kill everything deck. All right, we'll bring out 2 artifacts and be that much closer to Thoughtcast. Very tempted to play Mist Shroud Shinobi, the unsummoned ninja here, but okay. Most of our stuff has a 2 toughness here. If you're remembering, I used to have a, just going to get this out, just a tempo play here. Make them think that the card's important. Spend another turn doing it. In the meantime, we do this. Let's Thoughtcast here. Shoot. All right, well, we can mage for Ornithopter, and then we've got 2 options for the ninja there. What was I saying, though, about the ninjas? I don't know. Must not have been worth it. Draw on. Cool. We're not representing that much damage, are we? Mantle of the Tide shows up. I was about to go fetch that. I guess we can drop the other one at any time. Let's bring out our dude. We'll go get a creature in the form of Ornithopter. We can always fetch another Mantle of the Tides. Not that crazy about fetching it in most scenarios. I'd rather get more creatures. So we've got quite a few options here. We've got Seated Synod, got Ornithopters, Mantle, Ginger Brutes, Unkillable, and Filth. I'm going to say Ornithopter. One of these probably won't be alive next turn, and we want to turn it into a ninja. So, woo! Thank you for that, Shiraz. Man, you're Johnny on the spot today. Appreciate it. Okay, here we go. And if you didn't catch me last week talking about one of the new shows I'm working on, it's going to be on the Disney Channel, but it's called The Owl House, and it premieres in about a month. It's really good. It's kind of like Adventure Time meets maybe, I don't know. I can't quite think of an adept analogy there, but it's just a really good show. I think very fun to work on. Makes all the difference when you're working on fun stuff. Okay, here we are. Artifacts are right. Let's get some more blue going here. Let's drop the Mantle. Should we attack with both? Let's attack with both and see what happens. No, I want the Mantle to show up. I'm still going to attack with both. Boop, boop, boop. Here we go. Let's go Chittering. I don't want Gary showing up and getting some benefit. Boop. Bonk, bonk. Return this. Either way, we still get our dude next turn. Is it going to get out of harm's way thanks to Mantle of the Tides? Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Play this. These little tempo blue decks, I've always liked these kind of styles. We'll throw this on there just to feign importance. Who knows? Might be relevant. We all know it isn't because we got a ninja. We're just putting an axe in his hand so that he can drop it on his big toe. Of course, I don't know if an Ornithopter can technically drop anything on their toe, but we know they've got, you know, who in their hand, the Komaji witches. I'm really tempted to just lose the ninja here because we almost guarantee a draw there, but all right, we'll lose that. Nothing we're supposed to. We've got enough for Thoughtcast and such, so. Oh, never mind. Play wouldn't even have happened here. You know, my phone's buzzing, and I told my mom about the new time. Bless her heart, she's calling me. Moms always have that ability, don't they? Pick something up that's too heavy, or you're super busy. My brother said it best. He was hanging shelves because she moved in with him, and he's hanging shelves, and he's like in this horrible position off to the side. And it was like in the middle of the day, and his phone rings, and he goes to answer. The thing falls on his head. It's just this whole like Three Stooges skit. I was like, yeah, it's not just our moment, just anybody's. Always seems like that's the ability after a certain age. You're just able to call, and it's almost like a pithing needle, but with a relative bass. Just like dink. It's like 5 minutes before, 5 minutes after. Love to hear from you, but oh my God. I mean, you could always argue, well, just don't pick up the phone, but not always that easy. All right. I'd rather them to rest me here and see a ninja than a counter spell. Seeing that Gary Math is available now. Chat got awfully quiet. Make sure you're still chatting with me, folks. I want to make sure I'm not falling on deaf ears here. So what's cool about this is we can attack and at least trade with the angler if we have to. It's a clunky move, but I'll do it. Huzzah! Mantle of the Tides is really growing on me, mostly in this deck because I can fetch it and it's an artifact. We can trade and stuff like in this position here. What you got, sucker? You gonna let me draw? No. He's got to trade. There we go. All right, cool. Well, this makes our decision tree very simple. There they are. And Nanismo, good morning, evening, afternoon, Pauperus. Well said. Accurately said. Everybody in the chat, type in the meal that you last had, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinners, and that way it'll give me a time frame of what time frame you're in. Go! I would say breakfast on this end. Coffee, well said, little. Okay, so I'm going to tap these dudes out. I'll go get some love here. Yep. It's always so amazing to be able to... Man, I just love this artwork. I love Trinket Mage. Such a good card. Interesting. There's a lot of options here. I think Ornithopter is the play, but Ginger Brute would be pretty fun. What do you guys say? Ginger Brute? Let's rock Ginger Brute. He can hit for 3 this turn. Chilly last night. That doesn't count, Shiraz. You can't put a timestamp on a timestamp. Woo! Here we go. Deadly cookies. See, I'm starting to feel the brew on this one. I'm thinking of running in a I should have probably swapped out my Dispels for Disrupt. Very easy to counter with the 1 mana. But being that Mantle of Tides trigger and stuff, you can always do it to your own cards. I mean, you have to be pretty desperate to pull that off. But I just see more and more sorceries, especially in Burn. I know Puppet Like It's Hot's latest podcast was talking about that and how Dispel isn't that good of a card. And I've run into that personally where I'm like, okay, I'm going up against Burn. Here come all my Dispels. And I sit there and stare at them while I get cooked out with all these sorcery-based things. So... Disrupt, if you guys don't know, draws you a card, costs 1, counters an instant or a sorcery, and that'd be that. Well, okay, let's do this. Make things easy on ourselves. Sure, we'll attach this. So this will make anything here a little bit burlier. See, I don't really want... I guess I'll put it on this guy. I'm going to be returning the cookie. Hey, X and Rouge, good to see you. All right, well, there's our draw there. Let's make this dude unblockable. We'll turn him into a ninja soon enough. I attack with both of these. He's got edicts. The mana's getting about there, so I think I'll keep this dude back. Keep him from attacking me. Can't block the cookie, man. I wonder if black or they come out with like a dentist that says dentist can block all food golem tokens or not tokens, creatures. That'd be pretty funny. Maybe just to me. Sorry. Here we go. Counterspell back up. Huzzah. Boing. Yep. All right. Well, there's that. We don't really have... I mean, we've got evasion next turn. Gingerbread's so good that way, so we're just going to sit back. I'm not sick or anything. There's just a little dryness in my throat. I think I went a little bit too long last round without coffee, and so feeling fine. Just sorry I keep having to clear my throat. It's better than sounding like Nick Nolte, though. Man, that guy's like gravel incarnate. Yeah, the dentist. What would that be? It would be like a dentist can block any number of food creatures, maybe? That'd be interesting. Well, outside of a Gary, that just does absolutely nothing, so I'll let that drop. That's cool. Gombaji witches. If I say it a few thousand more times, people will start saying it my way, hopefully. That's the dream, anyway. I might actually be saying it right. I'm sure Littlefight's rolling his eyes right now. All right. Well, this is interesting. Well, we don't need to feign any trickery with that. Let's drop this. It's just cookie beats, man. Let's rock the cookie beats. While we can. It's only going to live for this turn. Unless... if he's got another Gary, I think I'm okay with losing the cookie. Can pay 3, throw this on it. We haven't even made it unblockable yet, so that makes things really obviously easy here. We'll do this. Take your haste. Wham! He's going to have to double block if I attack with this, if he does block. Yeah, let's do that. I think we're the aggro here. Okay. Yeah, I like that angle. Boink! Problem. Hopefully they do the Kombaji math. Zap the cookie. Tap all out for that chainer in the yard, and we can counter it. Run as fast as you can. The very first band I was ever in as a teenager, we had a song called Gingerbread Man. Pretty cool. 2 spells cast before reaping the graves. Oh, man. Well. Fighting storm mechanic with counter spells is like trying to count sand on the beach. Let it go, my friends. Let it go. Here comes the pain. Woo! Only way this card could get any better is if you just paid 2 and you didn't have to tap the Ginger Brute. I almost would have preferred if they just called it Gingerbread Man. I wonder if there was a Grimm's Fairy Tale legality, some sort of issue with that. Makes you wonder. Here comes that. We'll go like this. Nothing we can really do there. We'll say okay. Now they've got plenty of options here. Well, that kind of forces our hand, doesn't it? Nice play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here comes the angler. Angler is the other one, right? That's cool. Pay 4 mana for a 2/2 bear. I don't mind that at all. Bummer. Now we're up against it. Surprised to see NBC at so many places here. I see NBC. Hey, interesting. I wonder if we found some old NBC broadcast thing and we changed it to NBC. Mono Black becomes a thing. That might be a funny little aside. Yuck! I can't feign any sort of trickery here with chittering rats staring me down. But yeah, we're losing this one. I'm just going to scoop this one up. He's got Edict in the yard. We'll just stem the bleeding here. Go from there. So in my sideboard, I've got Relics, Dispels, Curfews, Fadeaways, Mistblade Shinobis. Not sure I really want to be returning much here. I think I'm kind of pre-boarded here. Don't really think I want much else. We've got access to 1 Relic main, 3 in the board. Hydroblast. I was playing Slivers earlier. This was barbaric. They had, I think, like 15 Slivers out in 2 lands because of Gemhide, and I was like, fade away. Gone back and forth. I found an old post on Facebook where I was saying like, oh, this is rarely ever good, and now it seems a lot better. But that was back when Elves was everywhere and they could pay indefinitely for it. Slivers tend to tap sideways, and the Gemhide ability is out to lunch while you drop that on your turn, and so it's back. I wouldn't go as high as 4 anymore unless Elf starts coming back. But so yeah, you can tell by the sideboard curfew, fade away. This deck is a dead dog, usually to hexproof and go wide strategies like tokens or elves. That being said, we're just gonna come on in with this laundry. It's like a scary take on the word laundry. All right, here we go. And if you let it go too long, laundry can get scary. Well, this is interesting. We got some ninjas. We got some goods. We're probably gonna get the rest, and if we do, hopefully they take that. That'd be pretty funny. Man, that art is beautiful. It'll fight. I agree with you. We'll keep this. One of the neat things about just kind of playing casually and showcasing new decks and stuff, don't have to get so uptight about decision trees and such. Gotta roll with the punches here. End result, we get to see a lot more decks, newer designs. I don't have to toss ticks into the windmill of spy trickery. All right, one more land, we're off. Trinket Mage might be able to go find a seal, or a seat, I should say. The Mythic Championships today. I wonder who's playing. Are there any big names playing? Is Kai or like Finkel? Those are the 2 I like to watch the most. Always root for the old timers. I'm pretty transparent that way. Let's go. Feeling like I could build a version of this that might be competitive if I kept it like pure tempo. Maybe miscalculation over counter spells and found a way to, a card I've always wanted to get ready, Shiraz, that I've always, darn it, that I've always wanted to force into a deck somehow, Sigil of Sleep. That thing's nasty. Cypher's another ability Little Fight's used a lot in the past on me, and crazy powerful in right scenarios, but, boy, this is getting barbaric here. Let's throw this back. Yeah, boy, you put that. There's a good target for maybe Sigil of Sleep would be good in my Azorius list, because majority of the stuff that's going to kill a creature is going to be red. If he's hitting with that unblockable, that's pretty nasty. All right, well, we're just going to sit back and not play games here, I guess. I think I run 17 lands here, and with Trinket Mage being able to fetch them. Of course, it's a little disingenuous to say that, because by the time you get to 3 mana, this deck should be humming along. So the ability to go fetch Seed of Synod, not that good. Oh god, this is when you just want to quit playing for the day at least. Chittering Rats. If you're ever going to ban a card, I'm not suggesting we ban Chittering Rats. If you're ever going to ban a card on sheer emotional tempo, like if Magic, let's say, was just hemorrhaging money and they were really desperate to keep things going along, they would stop building land destruction, and then right behind it would probably be this. Brutal. At least the artwork's new. You can pretend that you're getting hit by something else. Hey, let's snap it. That'd be really fun. And as we look at our next card, and we get Black Fire Blasted again. Okay. God, this is just... I will persevere. I will only quit when it's hopeless. Good God, but it's feeling hopeless. Hey, I wonder what we're going to draw next turn. It's like knowing Santa's your father. Oh, there he is again. Happy holidays. Come on now. Quit it. If you have a 4th, I will. Out of just human decency, I will submit. Okay. That's a fair play. That's a fair card. I like it. I can snap that. And I don't have to do it at the end of the turn. I feel like I should. Wow. 1 sign in blood and we're dead here. Hey! It's a thing. It does stuff. We'll do that. I almost have to throw those dudes back just to... Ah, man, that's rough. I mean, I don't want to have Chittering hit me, but I can't take much more damage here, right? I don't want to invite a Chit. Let's go Trinket Mage, kill, block, Ornithopter. Maybe we can start turning stuff on. Gingerbread's such a cool card design. I mean, you just look at it and you're like, you know, if you curve things low enough, it will be playable. Yeah. All right. Well, our mana's right finally. Gingerbread would be pretty cool. I'd rather just have Ornithopter though. Cast it for free, built-in evasion. What more do you want? Costs 0, people. Come on. It's got a little Da Vinci code to it too. Did I say code? I meant Da Vinci angle. Not the biggest fan of Dan Brown's books. Yikes. Ugh. God. Digital death. Raining characters or bit code on my face. My God, this is... And look at our hand. We got snap and like bouncing creature stuff. Well, if he's got duress... That'll go in the yard. That's fine. We'll hide this. Feigning like it matters, right? All right. You got me. We're a dead dog today against a mono black. Yowza. That was painful. Painful. Okay, guys. I'm going to roll the one more thing. But before I do, I could play Blue Robot again. That wasn't the best matchup. You know, kind of say that against mono black in general, right? If you have creatures turning sideways and you run up against round 1 mono black, this round mono black. The first round, though, that was just Caligula style. Just kill everything. So my question to you, I could play Blue Robot again. I could show you the Godhead list that I competed with, the new RG Tempo list, whatever. We'll keep it parked on Blue Robot as I roll to our second commercial, which is Jackie Chan. We'll be right back after this, y'all. Woo!
The category is arts and entertainment.
And it's not Jackie Chan.
Is it...
The guy from Cheers?
Kelsey Grammer. Not even close. Edgar Allan Poe.
When did you get one right?
It's not Jackie Chan, the award-winning new trivia challenge from Cinco Games.
Speed round. Name 10 things that aren't Jackie Chan.
Toothpaste, pizza, lamps, Jackie Chan.
Honey, I just can't get this darn thing clean.
Well, Boop, have you tried Nevin Rule's Disc and Shine?
What's that?
Nevin Rule, Disc and Shine for that apocalyptic clean. Longer lasting shine. Baby forever.
Nevin Rules products available at all Singer Superstores. Product made Super Sin Evil. Nevin Rules products not responsible for actual apocalypse.
All right, let's, nobody answered my question, so I'm going to play this again. Let's see what we're doing here. Booyah! Ooh, I think Punta 1981 is constantly in the Pauper Classic Tuesdays, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, let's give this one more go and see how we do. All right, well, we've got this. Hard to say no to this hand. There's so many plays here. We'll keep it. We don't have all that many lands, so it's a very real possibility we just get marooned on one land. But we get one more, we'll be in draw town, so that'll be good times. Just so hard to say no to these kind of opening hands. Booyah! Blue Robot in the house, coming at you. So next week, if you've got any cool ideas for very old school lists, God, what is up with the black removal decks today? Hit us up, pauperganda@gmail.com. We're going to have a Time Warp show next week. We're going to just play really old decks, like 6-7 years plus, Pauper's old school days. Just, you never know. You might see something that you're like, hey, that's still viable. And if we add cards X, Y, and Z, all of a sudden, we got the next cool thing. Probably won't happen, but, that's how you do find these things. So bring this out. Down comes a ninja. Booyah. This is how the deck is supposed to work. So when you brew this thing up and you're like, hey, man, this thing's got some teeth. This is when I'm talking like that. So, all right, here we go, folks. Got a lot of magic all this weekend with the Mythic Championships that I've heard online that we're unfortunately competing with. But, hey, looking at all the new names in the chat and stuff, got all the good folks here. Before I forget, as always, thank you to Fuji Purple, Stephen Wake, Jared Gel, Fun 18 Hods, Nessie 3 the G Into the River, Arkhammer, Hexen Rouge, MTM Tat, Someone, Nimchimsky, Stephen Wake, Lovecraft _668, Hemper, Olesh, Pauper Arbust, Michael Skarazinski, Nichols, Soshi, Eckhart, Justin Lawson, just to name a few. Thank you so much for your continued support. Lots of love. Good times. I'm going to just go Ninja Town here, man. I could drop that. I'm just going to go for it. Boop, boop, boop. Here we go. Here come the ninjas. Ninja Town. Getting round. Cool. Here we are. Yeah. Yeah. I think 2 Mantles feels really good in this build. And let's drop the tide. Drop the tide. Drop the tide. Outside of a very messy laundry commercial, that might make a good band name, right? Drop the tide. Ugh, man, I've got enough of these things. It's like the 7th chittering rat today. Huh. Away with you. I know it's a weird move, but I'm going to get rid of this. I know it's going to cost us a turn. We're going to draw 2 cards, though. All right. Take that, chittering. Let's say Demir here. That's W on the day. Go from there. Now, Demir is usually all about instants. We're going to take that back. Maybe lose a snap. That's my initial rebuttal. We still want to stay the aggro here. I think just 1 relic might be all we need. We've got some goods. Misplayed. Yeah, probably not going to need that there. For once, I actually prefer the new Chittering Rat art to the old. Yeah, me too. I was just talking about, old artifacts and stuff. And there are some new ones. Now, Trinket Mage, I definitely like the old one better. And I like the Jace counterspell. I just haven't gotten around to getting it. These old ones are nice, but a little goofy. I don't know, kind of has a really late 70s D&D feel art to this Mark Pooley. Watership Down. Not catching the reference, my friend, but I'm sure it's accurate. All right, so we brought in a Dispel. We lost a Shinobi. What's he doing, like dental floss here? What is that? He's got some little creepy spider backpack thing going on. I've never really looked at this too closely here. Human ninja. Huh. All right. Let's give that thing another look-see here. Spidey senses say relic. Let's go. If we win, this will be the last one. We'll see you guys next week for the Time Warp show. We're already about an hour and a half in here. We've had 1 rage quit. A lot of black. Beat Affinity. Went 1-1 with, if you didn't catch the top of the show, big shout out to Caleb Gannon. Awesome new ideas. Very, very big Pauper push, I guess would be the best word for it. And yeah, definitely check them out. All right. Yeah, we want to keep this. We got, it could be a little bit better here. Actually, if there's one disfigure, we're just almost dead here, aren't we? All right, so what's this thing read again? Whenever you draw your second card. Okay. Man, that is such a fair card. 1, 1, 2. Equip costs a ton. Little stipulation in there. Pretty cool. We'll keep it. Let's head off to the movies with Gingerbread Man. Oh, Chittering, it reminds me of the new Watership Down where they're interesting. You're right. Something you don't see all that much anymore. I mean, you do see them, but is the coming to play tapped gain life lands. Well, our man is just right, isn't it? Man, I love Trinket Mage. The deck supports it. Boy, I almost clicked right through that. Can't call it a punt if I didn't do it. And if any NFL fans are out there, my team, the San Francisco 49ers, are just destroying it. They're the only undefeated team out there, and I'm in love with that team. They're just doing everything right. They encapsulate team. A lot of good players, but man, do they come together and just make stuff work. Well, this makes me feel like a genius. We'll drop this and then Relic. And we'll eat that relevant card. Relevant Progenitus. Is that how you say it? Progenitus. I think so. Ask me questions about magic and editing. Other than that, don't listen to a word I say. Especially if it has to do with language. Here we are. Okay, well, let's go find a land. Cool. Throw that on the bottom. I want to see this. Throw this up. We'll sit back on the counter spell. Drop a Trinket Mage next. Might have been okay to, preordain there for a Dispel in case we do draw into another land here. See, this is why I'm a bad Relic player. Maybe I'm just a bad player. I feel like tripping that right now. I want the tempo. Tempo. But I'm not going to do it. We'll hold back. Hey, there is the man. Ginger Brute. I'm going to throw this down. If he's got removal, I want him to have to start using it on the Ginger Brute. That ain't a bad deal. 3-1 for a haste. Cool, man. That's all good. Look at this. Donk. It's like, oh, you wasted your Bonesplitter. No, I didn't. Just fell on the ground. Next dude will pick it up. It's all good. Trinket Mage for Ornithopter. It seems to be 99% of the play structure or decision tree, however you want to call it. You ain't getting that back, sucker. Moldrift is going to be eaten. Eaten by the Relic. Pretty fired up. I'm telling you, man, having a normal job is just doing wonders. That sounds goofy to say that, but just the weekend means something again. When I'm doing a lot of freelance from home and stuff, it's awesome. And, you think like, oh, man, I'm just chilling. But, boy, there's just something to be said for, like, that structure. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I really like it. As goofy as I am, I'm actually looking forward to Monday already. The hours are long, but the work is so fun. The majority of the stuff I'm working on, too, is helping children out with their brain. It's not just goofy little fun stuff. It's like there's a lot of educational program stuff, so you actually feel like you're doing some good. And, man, that means everything. Okay, so we've got this, and this. Let's go around here. You know what? Let me just equip this and let's just be the aggro and sit on this counter spell. Can we do it? There we go. Oh yeah, we're up a game. So if we win this one, this will be it, folks. Be off to Family Land. I'm gonna snap that. As goofy as it sounds against this list. I'll untap these. And yes, even this, if I could wave a wand and make if I had to choose 6 cards, this would be one of them. This whole like free mana stuff, you get the Gerudo lands mixed in there. This even I won't go as far as rewind, but you know what? I bet Tron could make it work in a metagame that's super altered. But man, I must be really boring today. That chat is just dead. Here we are with this. Let's go. I think everybody ran away, and I'm just talking to an empty screen now. Fitting, because we're about done anyway. All right, I am going to counter that with a vengeance. Get out of here, rat. Snap dodge the bullet. Yeah, it sure did. I thought it and Cloud was going to be gone. I think there's probably quite a bit of me talking about that back then. Now I like this because we've got Dispel backup. Probably Seed of the Synod. Yep. Whoop. Soup. Bing pow. Come on over. Here we go. Seen a Doomblade, Chittering Rats. Oh, hey, we gotta stay on top of this stuff. Let's go. Woo! Caffeine's kicking in. Can you tell? I didn't feel so bad. All my friends, they have like 1 or 2 cups of coffee a day and they're done. And then they hear about my habit and they're like, dude, you better be careful. And I talk to other editors where I'm working in there. It's just like an editing thing. It's just like, yeah, we all do it. Man. Well, you know what? That's probably good for the stream though. It's going to make things go a wee bit longer. There's that sorcery. Now, if we had Disrupt, I know it's a perfect scenario, right? But it would be kind of cool. We would have drawn a card and won the game there. Alrighty. Here we go with this. Gun's Phrasen in the house. I wish I could talk more, but I'm watching the stream while working at home, and there's a huge pile of work in front of me. Oh, well, thank you for that. Just knowing you're there, my friend. That's all good. Woo! Here we are. Time to get some pain in. Bam! Take that, sucker. Let's do this too. Boom. All right. Here we are. Cookie beats. It's not a Thanksgiving dish. It's a magic strategy. What on earth is this? Ooh, the Night Stalker. When it enters the battlefield, you may have target opponent sacrifice a creature. That ain't fair, man. Come on now. Well, I think we'll just snap our own dude here, right? Oops. Let's snap our guy. I mean, we can just make him unblockable. Zoinks. I guess I should have untapped. Went a little too fast there. Predatory Night Stalker. A lot of people don't see that. When it enters the battlefield, have a target opponent sacrifice a creature. I always thought a big black deck like this would be pretty cool. With the, pretty neat artwork. I'm really liking that artwork. I don't know what kind of style that would be. Sorry. All right. It's time. It's time. Time for a dope rhyme. In we go with this Ornithopter time. Yep. Let's go get it. I guess we could do... Nah. We've got Mantle. We got that. Let's grab an Ornithopter. Let's play it. And just like that, folks, we have a whole bunch of creatures. We went from none to 3. That's good times, right? Woo! Block that, sucker! Woo! Gildrazi on Skeletal Ostrich. Is that what we're looking at? You're right. And what's up with that? It's got like a... It maybe the ostrich is like some bank robber because it has some little bracelet on its ankle. Like it can't go out of the swamp or the authorities will find out, right? Maybe it's working for the Orzhov Syndicate. God, do I sound nerdy. Sorry. Good call, Lido. That was pretty awesome. All right. Relic's doing some homework here. Not a fan of these bright swamps. Ugh. It's like getting a birthday present in Christmas wrapping paper. It's like, come on, where's the effort? Seagate Oracle, another great piece of artwork. Who's the artist on that? Let's give him a little bit of love here. Daniel Slungen. Say it quickly and act like you're spitting, and I can cover up most mispronunciations. It's a trick used for centuries by cultures of every age. Alrighty. Boy, that Predatory Night Stalker looks like it has flying, but we all know it don't. Yip, yip. Here we go. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, and we can. You know what? Let's make some good times here. That'll be a 3, 4. That's pretty badass. And you have to double block it. Well, if he's got a dispel, I mean, we've got a dispel for whatever technology he's got. Let's go like this. I'll just attack here. Man, that's a big Ornithopter. It's amazing the thing gets up. Must be a lot of thermals. All right. It does look pretty hot on that day, at least in this artwork, right? More like a sunset, really. Man, look how high up there. I never really realized that. Those birds and cranes are way below. Darn it. It's a flying trick. Here we go. Are we going to have it? If we draw a snap, we just win here. Got Dispel back up. 1-on-1. Feeling pretty good. Juka Bog shows up. Doesn't do too much against this list. Do I have much hate in this list? I mean, any... I guess the Shroud, yeah. Little Fight's favorite card, the Smoke Shroud. Right now it'd be kind of useless. I mean, it's not useless. It gives something flying and 1-1. Is that it? Is that what it does? Try to tap your artifact lands. Good habit to get into. Looks like it is floating over Saturn. A little bit. That face in the foreground is pretty sweet. Yeah, I'll attach this to the creature it's already on. Thank you very much. What does that look like? You're like flying in the air and your mantle just goes doot doot. What is a mantle? Isn't that a helmet? Let's do it again. Draw some cards. Woo! Feeling good here. I'll keep the spell math back. Let's do a little... if we attack with that, that doesn't make too much sense, does it? 6 cards in their hand. Is it really a little fight? Oh, for some reason I thought Mantle was like... I know, a Mantle piece, but as far as armor goes, I thought it had to do with the head. I should have thought that through a little. No, I guess that's the only way to really roll with it. I'm going to attack with both of these. Let's go. D&D nerd, easy question. Nice. Hey, 1 for 1. I don't mind that. Now, for the true tricks, right? Yeah, let's get the ninja out there. It kind of feels weird, but I'm going to get another creature. We've got Dispel backup. The Mantle will show up, I think. Won't it? It won't. Interesting. We'll play this. We'll kill this. Then we'll equip this. Dispel back up. It's like a geology thing. Yeah, that's what I was... My geology background. Random silly knowledge of the day. That was actually one thing I almost majored in was geology. I really like that field of science. Mohs hardness scale is fascinating. Good old Moh. Knew him back when. Before he started poking people in the eyes in the Stooges, right? Here we go. The robot giving a shout out. All right. Mold Drifter is showing up. That's cool. Okay. This is when Dispel feels so good. It's probably the perfect poster child for the matchup with Demir, right? I hope they just have a bunch of graveyard stuff. Well, I don't really have to worry too much about graveyard stuff here. I almost want to just draw the card, but I don't want to lose anything to a last second trick. This is fine. Let's draw first. See if we get any bouncies. Well, that's a whole lot of nothing. Bottom. Well, that will trade with things, won't it? You know what? Let's put it on this. At least that way Seagate dies. And then some, maybe. We'll see. No. Let's put this on a nice mid playing field so the aesthetics are all present. No. That's the sound that would make if you're curious. Mantle of Tides. Ah. Drink it. Because. Yes. Dun dun. Ooh, now do we get Mantle? Ginger Brute would be pretty fun. That's unblockable. What's the vote here, guys? I think we got this one. Well, no, you know, they could just have a big old Evankar's Justice again. That would suck. That being said, let's drop Mantle because of that same reasoning. Whoop. Let's attack here and here. And do this and see what we get. Sorry, Jared Gel, I didn't see that till after I did it. I'm anticipating is out here would be a Evankar's Justice. Cool. At this point, though. Oh, yeah, interesting. That's a good point, too, for Post-Justice. Post-Justice. Not so much a band name, but maybe an album name. Good call. What's cool about Mantle and equipment, just in general. Oh, man. We've got the answer, but got a little greedy. Damn, our Killmancer's going to 2-for-1 us here. Son of a gun. Oh, well. That sucks. At least we know this figure's in hand. He's going to have to use it on Ornithopters. Ha-ha. I haven't had a drink since summertime. I'm not missing it really at all. The weight just keeps falling off, so that's a nice little perk. I think I've just compensated with coffee. It's crazy amounts of coffee. Coffee all the time. Well, whatever I pick this on is going to get killed, so let's try to equip something that might not die. How about this? Come on, Disfigure. What you got? Do I have it? Don't I? That's fine, because what I really wanted to do was this. Ninja Shroud. Or do we do it on that? Let's do it on this. Yeah, that's some good art. So pretty. I wish they would release the original art from, what was that, Antiquities? The Ornithopter looks like a little Da Vinci thing. I know I spent a pretty penny when I was getting all my Pauper stuff. Actually, it was about a year ago today. I was doing all that stuff to get ready for the Seattle thing. I think like maybe next week's show or the week after that, I might replay that Seattle Adventure one. It should be relevant. A year to the date when I went up to Seattle, met everybody, met the MTG Bellingham crew, and ended up getting second at the big Pauper event that the Mox Boarding House throws. Well, let's do some house cleaning here. We'll drop that. Cool thing is if I just do this, he's got to block it. Come on, Mole Drifter, what you got? A whole lot of nothing. That's right. And now we're out of range of Evankar's Justice, but we might hit, what, double chainer maybe? Not with that out. Okay. I've got this magnesium supplement that I've pretty much traded out for my little relaxing drink of the evening, and I love it. I wish I had a link to it because it's so good. Just put a teaspoon of that and whoo, sleepy time. I sense an edict coming my way. Damn it. What do we got? Like a ghostly flicker sort of thing here. Damn edict. Ah! Alright. Well, hey, now we really want Gingerbrute, right? Look how good Gingerbrute is right here. Do we just win? That'll be 3, 4. I could hit for 4. Well, then the next turn 5. That's a great weight, my friend. Good job. Let's get impatient. That's the theme of my life. Oh, in a good way. Little fight. Yeah, too much. You gotta be real careful, right? I'll say bottom, bottom. Come on, gingerbread man. Oh, you jerks. Don't hit me with a damn rat. Rat bastard. Well, they're clawing their way back. Good job, Brunta 1981. Damn good year that was. Barely remember that, but I just remember having lots of good times. Heroic doses. It's funny how many metals are bad for you and then how many are good for you. I know magnesium is one of the top ones that people just inherently are just incredibly malnourished on. Ah, come on. What the hell? Wish I could equip other things just to be goofy. Well, we're not taking... We've only got about one more turn here. We really, really need our gingerbread man, and I think they know it. That witch, that gross artwork. Ugh. Come on, witch, attack. Attack, give us a chance. Oh, yes. Terrible move. You've seen the Gingerbrute. Well, we know they're... Okay, come on, gingerbread man, let's make him pay. We're dead. Double land draw into a snap. Wonk. Hey, at least we're going to have a fun last round here. All right, what do we see? What do we not see? That's good, that's good. You know, relics are a little bit... How many do we have? 2? I think that's about right. Yep, that felt good. I just kind of drew plop. Drew plop? Quote me on that. Woo! In the last round, no matter what, win, lose, or draw. Not that it matters. But if you're playing Leagues later, you'll probably see me. I'll mulligan that. Pretty easy choice. Ooh. Oh, this looks bad, but it's actually pretty good. We'll keep this. It's pretty obvious what we got to do here. We'll get rid of that. Done. I really like playing this deck. It's a fun one. Well, actually, I think this is probably the right play. Lead the rest is us. I'm not too worried about that. I'd rather... Relic's not going to do anything right now. All that poop talks is little fight. Everybody's got to do it. Here we go. Let's get everything right. What do we want? Hey, that's pretty cool. I don't know, though. I've already got evasion built in here. I'd throw these on the bottom. I normally love you, Cookie Man, but not right now. That's cool. Let's just try to establish some sort of aggro here. We'll set up Relic, sit on a Dispel, and hopefully, well, that's quite a bit of hope, isn't it? I'm out. Good luck with the game. Jared Joe, thank you so much. We will see you next time, next week, next whatever. Good times. And if you got an old school deck you want to see played on our little Time Warp show next week, let us know. Pauperganda@gmail.com. Might help to send a list too. 1, 2, 3. I'd like to draw that. We'll throw this on the bottom. Throw this on the top. Let's get in some damage. Could drop Relic there, and then we could Thoughtcast for 1 next turn, but I don't know. Yeah, super shout out to everybody in the chat still for joining us today. I know you got a lot of options, especially today when the big mothership's doing their Mythic Championship. So, hey, you got something to do after this, right? Okay, well, that's weird. Let's play it. Let's do this first. Maybe we'll find a seat of the Synod or something. That's okay. Now we got some backup plans. Let's go like this. Boop. Talk like this. 7 minutes. Jeez. Chatterbox here. To slow my roll vocally and just start attacking here. 7 more turns. We got this. Let's do it. Little Billy Idol shake there. The old schoolers out there. Booyah. Love when a plan comes together. What's that from? Shiraz? Now, see if Mike Man 1978 was in the house. He would know. Boop. Like that. Love it when a plan comes together. No Googling. No Googling. Give you a clue in about a minute. Ah, you got it, Shiraz. There you go. Now, be honest, did you use Google? You know, everybody knows how much I love Mr. T. Shouldn't be that big of a stretch, right? Come on. Yeah. I'm going to do this just to act complicated. Good for you. All right. Got enough ghosting going on. I don't need my co-host doing it to me in a weird way. Yeah, I want to use the ability. God, such a silly setup there. Yeah, man, I've rewatched them. I think about 10 years ago or something when streaming first became a thing. I was like, what? It's like, this is awesome. Snap's all right. I'd rather set things up here. We'll throw this on the bottom, this on the top. We'll feign like we've got something. I don't know if that's worth that or not. If he's going to... Let's just sit back and pretend we have another Dispel. There was a comedian, I think it might have been Bill Burr, I forget who it was, but they had a really good point about A-Team, Shiraz. They were saying, you know, if you listen to the intros, it was, you know, that show intro just says everything about, you know, if you need blah, 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 and there's some, you know, hidden unit, and they do all this, and it's like, well, they can't be that inconspicuous in a one-of-one van, and then B.A. Baracus with his, you know, overalls and gold chains and mohawk haircut. Just the most eclectic crew you've ever seen. It's like, you know, oh yeah, they're trying to lay low. All right, in case they got duress, we'll throw this back. We'll drop here. Actually, when Relic helps is when I don't like to see it. What do I mean by that? I like to trip it. I like to get that card. I often don't like this kind of stuff. I'm going to snap that. Should I? Let's do it. Get out of my way, sucker. It's so weird to do that to a chittering rat. You could easily replace the word weird with bad move, but hey, I'm all about tempo here, so. Oh man, I almost forgot. If you, okay, you got me sold so far. All right. Yes, let's get the Mantle. Yeah? Well, you know what? Yeah, Mantle's good because Evankar's Justice might be a thing here. Man, I gotta watch my time. Is that what you're talking about? Let's do that. Let's throw this down. Oh yeah, I watched Mars when it was live on Nat Geo. That was a really good show. It's a really neat juxtaposition they have with real life and real events and stuff. It's very, very good for educational suchity such. Sure, let's try to let the little ninja live. All right. Mantle's really growing on me. I wouldn't go so far as to play more than maybe 2. We have 2 in this. Maybe 3. I wouldn't go 4. But why not? Maybe I should. We did mention Caleb Gannons so much in this thing, and between him and me and always breaking rules and trying out new things, maybe that's the next thing. If you force yourself to start the equation of a deck idea with 4 of these, where does it go? Might go in the garbage, but it also might lead to the next cool thing. I did not watch both seasons. I'm about halfway through the second, and then I can say that about so many shows. They're probably going to have an app for that. Like, when did you stop losing? Or tell us when you stopped watching, and they'll have some algorithm that shows like some sort of bell curve of the human-mind interaction and start writing scripts about that. Yeah, Sunken City brew is cool. Definitely a better aggro brew. This has a little bit more, well, I couldn't say this has more evasion built in. That's a lie. Utility, maybe, being able to fetch stuff. Cool. No, I mean, it's not cool. I don't want that thing to die, but hey, man, we only got 4 minutes. What's going on here? All right. Let's throw this on this. Let's trip this. So that we can do this. What do we care more about? I'd rather the Trinket Mage come back. If I can draw into a ninja here. Come on, ninja. Yeah, baby. Ooh, that's a nice double top deck. Too bad we won't have the mana for it, but I ain't complaining. You do the best with what you got. Now, if anybody knows the lyrics to that reference, I might have to give you a card. I ain't complaining. You do the best with what you got. Nobody's going to get that one. Yeah, I want to use it. All right. Oh, 3 minutes. 5 life. Who will win, folks? Tune in next week. Yep. That's a good rule indeed, little fight. Oh, we got some ghostly flicker madness going on here. Come on now. Brunton 1981. I think I probably played him 1,981 times. Well, okay, it's a bit of an exaggeration, but he's definitely not new to Pauper, that's for sure. Nice honest brew. Horrible taste in lands, though, my friend. Do we got it? Do we got it? Are we going to live? Is this some chittering rat madness coming at us? And don't look past Aether Spellbomb. That's a pretty good card in this kind of a deck with Trinket Mage access. You know, you got Nomog's Crusher, big old fatty coming at you. Well, I'm actually going to get rid of the ninja here. Just figure ruins our day outside of that plan. And then if he's got a Justice behind it, we win the game there. Yeah. Not even close to the fight. Chromosomes are right. Boink. Come on. Come on. Let's go get a Ginger Brute. Oh, all right. So Ginger Brute would have cut it to there. We've got the spell back up. Hey, whatever. What are you going to do? So that's the little blue robot list. I really thought after these matchups I would be like, oh, let's change X, Y, and Z. But this felt really good. I moved 1 Dispel to the sideboard. We're playing 2 Mantle of Tides. It's an artifact. You can fetch it. It's synergistic with Thoughtcast, and really feeling good. I think this probably belongs in the sideboard, but it just didn't quite come up. But with what is it? The Smoke Shroud at 1. Kind of liking it. So if you like this, it'll be on YouTube later. And if you scroll down under more info or whatever that tab is, you'll be able to see the list if you want to give this a try, improve upon them. All that being said, anyway, thank you all for joining us. We're going to roll out here. Another last bookend shout out to Caleb Gannon. Very cool new brews all the time and stuff. So definitely check them out. Great resource. Until next week, we're going to be having our little throwback show, time warp, whatever you want to call it. And I'm definitely going to be playing like a showcasing one of the very oldest Stompy lists. I got I just started writing my articles back then and got the ball rolling and such. So anyway, this is Deluxekoff signing off for this week's Pauperganda. Thanks so much for all your support, and we'll see you next time. Adios.